Hello everybody, how are you today? It's me, Jennifer from Little Metal Foxes, and let's see if anybody's out there today because I want to show you how to make some Prips Flux. So, hello, how are you? Hi, Parcel 23, how are you today? Nice to see you. Oh, howdy. Hi, Chris. Lion Punch Forge, how are you? So, what I'm going to do, and I've been promising to do this for a while, getting my Little Metal Foxes apron on, is show you guys how to make Prips Flux today. John Prips made this recipe for flux that's a really good liquid flux that I like a lot. It's good to use in the studio in place of, you know, any of the ones that you might have to buy from Rio. But as a liquid flux, it's a great protectant and it's a great fire barrier. I usually keep it in a spray bottle marked so I know which one it is. This looks a lot like the Batterns Flux when you use it, and it works really well. Normally the recipe is gonna be 1 quart of hot water, right, to 120 grams of boric acid, 80 grams of borax, and 80 grams of TSP. And these are all things that you can get locally. And oh, hi Sam, how are you? These are things that you can locally get at hardware stores and at drugstores. Easy to get items. You don't have to pay a lot for it. And basically with these 3 items, you can have a lifetime supply of liquid flux in your studio. So first of all, boric acid. In the first aid area of most hardware or drugstores, it's usually you can get it in larger, smaller bottles. This one is about 120, I think it's like 120 grams of boric acid. So it's used a lot for first aid, easy to find at a drugstore. So for that, for his regular recipe, you're going to need 120 grams of that. Borax, yes, 20 mule team borax. You can use it to clean your laundry and to make flux and for casting. It's fantastic. So if you're making ingots, this is good stuff. And just pick it up in the detergent area of your local grocery store. Easy, cheap, usually on a bottom shelf. The other thing is TSP, or trisodium phosphate. You can pick this up at the hardware store, and it's easy to find, and it's usually used as a general cleaner. So this one is really easy to find as well. All right, so for John's recipe, the Prips recipe for the flux, I'm not usually mixing a quart of this at a time. I'm usually mixing it in smaller doses or smaller amounts so I can keep it in a small spray bottle. So what I usually do is I have a 1 cup curd jar that I'm usually using, and I'm going to mix that down to about 1 cup of hot water to 30 grams of boric acid, 20 grams of borax, and 20 grams of TSP. So I've already weighed that out. You can get a small scale like this at your local convenience stores or smoke shops. You can also get them, of course, from jewelry supply places, and find one that's relatively accurate for what you're doing. I'm usually using that to weigh out my waxes and my metal for casting. So I'm going to go ahead and add into my little jar here this is the boric acid. So I'm going to add that in. There we go. And I'm going to add my TSP. There we go. And I'm going to add my borax. There we go. Add the borax. Now this will start to have a kind of interesting reaction as it's working and start to sort of blend together. So I sort of give it a little stir to mix it up, and you can mix it up dry. There we go. And I'm going to add some hot water to this that I've got boiling. So there we go. And a little boiling water. Here we go. And all of that will start to dissolve, and it will turn this amazing green color. So if you watch it, as everything starts to dissolve, just kind of mix it on up. There we go. And a little boiling water, and let it all dissolve. And that is all you need to make your Prips Flux. So I always just make sure I'm stirring it really good so it doesn't settle and so it's all dissolved. Then this can be stored for a very long time and used for your liquid flux. So if you don't have some liquid flux, it's kind of nice to have instead of a paste flux in your studio. And you just use it in place of paste flux in a lot of places. You can just paint it on or dip into it when you're working with your soldering. So yeah, there you go. That's the recipe for Prips Flux. I hope you guys will join us for more tool tips as we go. Little Metal Foxes is doing a bunch of great classes coming up. We've got rolling mill, we've got Lion Punch Forge adapter, we've got stone setting, we've got chain making, all kinds of great things coming up. So stay tuned, check out our website, and we hope to see you in class. Y'all have a great day. Oh, wait, does this clog your, the spray. Sam wants to know, does this clog your spray bottle? It can. So what some people recommend is using a nasal pump spray, and those seem to do a really good mist. If it clogs it, you can just rinse this with hot water, and that works pretty well. You can also, like I said, warm your piece up and dip it in, or you can paint it on. So you don't have to have a spray bottle for that, but I find this is really handy when I'm trying to get a bigger surface. Yeah, that's it, Sam. That's the answer to that question. If anybody else has any questions, let me know. You can always put them in the comments, and we can answer them as you guys send them over. If you have any other questions, let us know. So cheers. Hope you guys have a fun Sunday. We'll see you later. Bye.